LBC 97.3. Call 0845 6060 973. Text 84850. Have your say on London's biggest conversation with James Max.
And a very good morning to you. If you just joined us here on LBC 97.3, I'm James Max with your Saturday morning breakfast show. 4 minutes past 9 is the time. But first, parents, that's you, are being asked to rate their children's schools on an Ofsted website linked to their school's internet site. So, do you think it's right for parents to be able to rate a school? Let's perhaps get a further view of this. Head teacher at Thames Infant School in Barking is Paul Jordan, and he joins me now. Paul, good morning to you.
Good morning, James.
Do you think it's right that parents will be asked to rate these children's schools on an Ofsted website? Is that Ofsted's job, do you think, to do that?
It's happening already, James. During an inspection, just before an inspection, Ofsted send out a paper-based questionnaire which the school distributes to all parents, from how well is the school led to behaviour, to how well the school listens to my children and considers my feedback. And those questionnaires go out, and the Ofsted considers all of that feedback during the inspection. So that's happening already. Then Ofsted does its kind of clever job, and that kind of helps get a good understanding of what the parents are feeling. Because really what it's examining is parents' perceptions of how well the school engages with them. And so it's a good indicator of parent engagement. And that's kind of a good thing, isn't it? Because you want parents to be engaged. You want parents to feel happy with the school.
I agree with you that it's a good thing to have parents engaged, but is it right for parents to be engaging in this way? And is Ofsted really doing its job effectively if they are asking, and are they asking parents the right questions? I just worry about it.
And the questions really are, how well you perceive the school is run? And I think that's really important feedback. As a head teacher of a school, we have the philosophy of parents as partners, and we use all sorts of e-engagement tools like Twitter, YouTube, even a feedback email address where we can build those bridges with parents and get them to feel as partners.
I don't want to be rude, Paul, but parents as partners, I mean, this is just educational garbage speak. Can't you just get on and teach the children?
It's a bit more than that, isn't it? Because it's not about teaching the pupils. Statistically, when you've got parents on board, then children become more successful. And it's also unpicking that traditional idea of schools where very institutional based and just learning takes place. It's about really working with parents. And, I do believe it's very, very valuable because, if you're in the playground and there's lots of discontentment going on, then something's wrong. And it's really schools to be working with those parents and to find out what the problem is. So if you've got a playground full of angry parents and they're unhappy, then there really is something wrong there. Somebody isn't been listened to.
Well, very possibly, but haven't we got into a stage where we've forgotten what schools are there to do? Schools are there to teach children, particularly to learn about subjects, to write, to communicate, to be able to express themselves and to get exam results. And we've got into all this nonsense and been distracted away from the main job.
And I'm going to turn it around on its head, really. That's where if you take the view that education is something that happens in isolation just to children. And it isn't really, is it? Statistically, when parents are involved in the learning process, children do better.
It's not your job to teach the parents, though, is it?
And really what we're doing is we're challenging those traditional dispositions to learning. How you feel about your child's education is very much based on the experience that you had as a child yourself in school and how you engage with your school.
But you are spending your time doing that, and meanwhile, the quality of education is falling.
Standards in education are getting much, much better. And that's why you need parents to know what's going on in the school. Because, I do believe that at the bottom of every petition or every bit of discontent, every bit of rumour, every gossip, there's generally a person who's very, very unhappy with the learning that's taking place in the school. And that's the job of head teachers and schools, to reach out to that parent and find out what's actually going on with that child.
Absolutely. We'll have to leave it there, Paul. That's Paul Jordan, head teacher at Thames Infant School in Barking. But I have to ask you, is it right for parents to rate schools? And are they partners? Twittering, YouTubing? Haven't schools just lost the measure of what they should be doing?